Well, let's take a look at some of the games, shall we? I think there's a few games that haven't even been decided yet. There's a hang-up. It looks like there's a lot of teams that want to face Notre Dame, or there's a lot of Bulls that want Notre Dame, and there's an argument going on right now. So there's a lot of games that haven't even been decided apparently. I'm just gonna go through all the games probably. I think I'm gonna start with the bigger games, the New Year's Six games. We'll first go through those. The first New Year's Six game that's happening, Missouri, Ohio State. You gotta feel bad for Missouri, man. You really do. Missouri, Ohio State might play Devin Brown, I heard. I guess we'll see. I would expect Ohio State to win for sure. But kind of an interesting matchup. Missouri making their first New Year's Six. I was very surprised that Ohio State is facing a team like Missouri, personally. You wonder what bowl game FSU gets? They're facing Georgia, man. They're facing Georgia. But I would expect Ohio State to beat Missouri, but Missouri will be more motivated. That game taking place at Jerry World, AT&T Stadium. Ole Miss, Penn State. This is a good one. SEC Big Ten. I would expect Penn State to win this game, personally. I think Ole Miss looked bad towards the end of the year. I don't know what my prediction is going to be yet. Missouri by 10. I think Missouri is... they got a tough draw for sure. You got to feel bad for Missouri. They're just, they're gonna come out. They're gonna fight. They're just crap ton of opt-outs. Yeah, there's gonna be, but there always are opt-outs, man. That Ohio State Missouri game. I mean, Marvin Harrison's gonna opt out. We already know it. Why should FSU get precedent over Liberty? I mean, what kind of argument is that? FSU has like 4 ranked wins. Liberty hasn't faced a ranked team. That's not an argument you should be using. I mean, I understand. Listen, I don't think FSU should have gotten in either, but Penn State chokes. Not really in bowl games. Penn State wins a lot of bowl games. New Year's Six games, Penn State will win. I think Penn State will beat Ole Miss. I would be surprised if they lost. I wonder if this game has an FPI chance to it. I guarantee you Penn State will be the favorite in terms of FPI. See, that's the annoying thing with this. You can't even go to the actual game, and it's annoying, but I think both of the Big Ten teams should do well against SEC schools here. I would be pretty surprised if the SEC teams won. Georgia, Florida State. All right, I want to actually see these ticket prices. $186, $89, $88. Ha! Hard Rock Stadium, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Hey, DG, do you think Maryland or Auburn wins? That's a brutal game, man. I like Maryland to win that game, honestly. That's another Big Ten SEC game. Imagine hating on Liberty. I don't know who hated on Liberty. They've been pretty irrelevant, you know? They've been pretty irrelevant. Yeah, Georgia, Florida State is a mismatch. I think, it's a 5v6 game, though. You have to let us know in advance. I'm not really sure how to do that, honestly, man. Do you really... crying? There was a Christmas tree in the background. He was like, guys, I'm sorry. You have to understand. You have to understand, Jordan Travis got injured. It's just so strange. Like, can people seriously not cope with the team missing the playoffs? Kirk Herbstreit has to come on and, it was like his dog just died or something. He's like teary-eyed. He's like, it's so sad for college football. FSU, I know there were circumstances, and then it just gets ratioed to death. Everyone is pissed off. Oklahoma snubbed. I agree. I was surprised they went with all those SEC teams. I would have liked to have seen Oklahoma against Ohio State. Ohio State lucked out not facing Oklahoma. I agree. Ohio State got lucky. Yeah, I mean, you got to feel bad for the FSU players. It's just a bad situation overall. Give Liberty some respect. I mean, congratulations to them. I've got nothing against Liberty. I don't know. But listen, Georgia is going to crush being close at all. You do have the narrative where Florida State might have the rallying cry of, if we win this game, we can claim a national title. Obviously, it's not going to matter. And then what are the other? And then obviously Alabama, Michigan. Michigan sitting -1.5. I lean Alabama early. To beat Michigan, but it could change. I mean, we'll see. I've got Bama like maybe 31-28 right now. I love the over 45.5 even more than Bama plus the 1.5. And I love Texas to beat Washington and cover. Who else is on Texas -4? I think Washington is a fraud. I mean, the over-under sitting at 64.5. I think I'll stay away from that. I understand why it's that high, because Texas has been scoring like crazy. Washington's been involved in higher scoring games. You are bold broadcasting your picks. Yeah, I mean, whenever there's new games, I like to talk about them. I mean, I'll come out with my picks tomorrow. These aren't even my picks. OSU would handle Missouri if they had Marvin Harrison. McCord will probably start. I don't think McCord... I mean, they're talking... Ryan Day said he wasn't committing to McCord, but I think Ohio State will crush Missouri either way. Missouri's just not... They just don't have... They're a peewee team, especially against a team like Ohio State. I mean, don't get me wrong, Missouri's a cute little fun team to root for, but it's like when you're facing a team like Ohio State could play their second string and they wouldn't have an issue with a team like Missouri. Ohio State on neutral field would be favorites over Washington and Texas. Yeah, I know, but that's Vegas, you know. Am I related to Brock Purdy? No. Heisman win. I don't know why I answered that question seriously. Heisman winner has to play Wisconsin. He shouldn't. I mean, dude, well, he's winning the Heisman because by default, you know, he doesn't have a big win, but someone's got to win it, and he has crazy stats. Missouri is a good team. Oh, yeah, they're a cute little team for sure. Did you see everything FSU? Dude, well, it's not even just FSU, Jacob. How about all these college football fans acting like their dog just died because FSU didn't get in? But it just saved me the theatrics. Like, all of these people, like, I just laugh at it. It's just so pathetic. There has to be nuance. Nobody wants to watch FSU get trounced by Michigan. I'm sorry. Or, I mean, they might actually have I don't think they would beat Washington either. I think Washington would handle... Mizzou, the little engine that could. Yeah, they're a fun little team. I'm happy Missouri's in it. I mean, it's good to get new teams in the New Year Six. I have to agree with that. Liberty's in it now. UCF hasn't picked a bowl game. I think it has to do with, like, everybody trying to get Notre Dame, and it's a holdup right now. Who you got? Oklahoma State versus A&M. That's a good game, man. Who is starting for A&M at quarterback, I wonder? Some of these games are such crapshoots right now because you don't know who's going to play. Utah versus Northwestern. I know. You got to go with Utah, man, even though I hate Utah. Am I surprised the Colts are good? Are they really that good? I mean, they're like a wild card team. I don't know. They've got a decent, quarterback, journeyman Gardner Minshew. They might as well put Georgia and Ohio State in. Well, listen, I think Alabama's more deserving over Georgia and Ohio State. But Ohio State, it's all arbitrary, man. Ohio State loses by 6 points to the number one team, now the number one team in the nation, on the road, and they get left out. And they're the 7. They're ranked 7th. Think about that. But I mean, then again, a team that went 13-0 got left out as well. That's why the playoff needs to expand. You got to feel bad for Oregon. Oh, yeah. I forgot to even look at that game. Oregon versus Liberty. My God. Ticket sales. Dude, this game's not going to sell out. That game is not going to sell out. Arizona, Oklahoma. Great game. Great game. That's a good one. Arizona, Oklahoma. Hopefully Dylan Gabriel plays. Bring in Dylan Gabriel. Make sure Arizona's going to be amped up for that game. That's a huge game for them. There's no way Oklahoma only allows 7 points to Arizona. Arizona's going to score a lot more than that. Texas almost lost to Houston, TCU, and Kansas. I know, it's so funny how, could you imagine a team like Ohio State or Alabama almost losing to Houston? Like, it's different standards. Teams get held to different standards. Tennessee, Iowa in the Citrus Bowl, that's bad. Oh, it's horrible. Horrible. But we knew Iowa. I mean, there's no way Iowa's going to win that game. They can't score. So Tennessee probably will win a lower scoring game. Then again, that's basically every Iowa game. Iowa going to. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Iowa can't score. What's the best game in the playoffs out of the two? Alabama, Michigan is the best playoff game. ACC versus Big 12. They're both crap. No, I would say probably Big 12 is better. If we're including Texas and Oklahoma, Big 12 is better. Should have been FSU versus Liberty. That would be a good matchup, yes. That would be a really good matchup. Eagles getting clamped. It's funny, dude. Eagles fans, they get triggered, bro, when I pick against them. It's unfortunate. Alabama will beat Michigan. That's a good score. I have it at 31-28 right now, but I might change it a little bit. But I like the over in it. 45.5 is a low number to me. I know why it's 45.5, because Michigan's been playing a lot of low, like, they've been running the ball a ton. I just think the game's going to speed up a bit on them. Tennessee will not score 31. Oh, nah, Tennessee will probably win like 21-3 or 21-0. I mean, that's got to be the easiest prediction. Iowa versus Tennessee would have been interesting if it was last year. Yeah. Tennessee is just not an interesting team, but they might play that true freshman maybe. Steelers, yeah, dude, the Steelers are... It's not going to happen with the Steelers this year. They don't have a quarterback. I mean, they might make the playoffs and lose immediately. They don't have a quarterback. Bama versus Washington in the championship. I think it's probably going to be Bama, Texas, man. I think it's going to be Bama, Texas, personally. The Michigan game will be high-scoring. Texas game, low-scoring. Yeah, I mean, that Texas over-under sitting at 64.5 is interesting. You didn't watch the NFL? Yeah, I mean, I think he's doing well, Michael. He's doing well for coming in spot duty. Bo Mix cannot get the Heisman. Well, he's not getting it. I mean, look at the Vegas odds. It's not even close. Unless something crazy happens with the odds. Eagles are getting destroyed. I saw that, yeah. I'm glad Liberty made New Year's 6, but they will get blown out. Yeah, they'll get crushed by Oregon. Keep up the good work. Love the channel. Cookie, thank you. 64.5 is crazy. Yeah, but look at the game that Texas just had. You know how high scoring that game was? You can understand why. I don't think Alabama deserves it, but Milroe could bring them to the championship. Yeah, he's better than Cardale was. He's better. That doesn't mean Alabama's going to win, but Cardale was a clunky QB who could throw deep. He had no accuracy, though. Milroe, at least, is a bit more accurate. He's a more natural thrower. He's also faster. But today, this game's different than it was even in 2014. 2014, you know, you could rely on defense more than today. Washington will beat Texas like they did last year. I think Texas wins that game. But, I mean, Washington, Texas, that game was meaningless last year, man. I don't know how you're comparing that. You know, you're talking about like a meaningless Alamo Bowl game to this. Will Bo Nix play? Probably. He's a college tryhard. He'll probably play. You planning on ever bringing back vlogs? I need a camera person, man, for that. There's no way I can do that. It just comes off cringy if I do it myself, you know? I'm a Liberty fan, and I cannot believe this right now. I'm so excited. Yeah, I mean, that's great for the university. Tennessee seems like a team that was born on third base while thinking they hit a triple. I don't know. They've been pretty bad for a while, man. Why are there so many Liberty fans? Yeah, I think some of them are trolling. They got to be trolling. There's no way all these people are Liberty fans. Do you think this year's playoffs is the best we've had? I mean, these look like compelling matchups. Louisville versus FSU should end in a tie. I don't know what you mean by that. Oregon minus 14. Are they seriously? Are the lines coming out? Yeah, I would go in on Oregon. I think Oregon's going to crush them as long as Bo Nix plays. Thoughts on the Patriots? They're doing the right thing. They got to finish 2-15. Get Drake May and then try and rebuild. Get Drake May and try and rebuild. Should have been Iowa versus USC. That would have been a funny matchup, yes. Joe Milton was way too overhyped. I don't think Joe Milton was that overhyped, honestly. I just think he's not accurate. He's not an accurate quarterback. He's got a really massive arm, but he's not accurate. As long as we don't get a TCU situation, I doubt it. I doubt it. These are evenly matched teams. Maybe I could see Texas kind of I don't know, man. They should be good games. They're very close spreads. The only issue would have been if FSU would have made it, it would have been a massive spread. FSU would have been like 14-point underdogs. You doubt Bo Nix is going to play? Yeah, it just depends if he plays or not with that line. You thought Oregon was going to crush Washington. Yeah, that was shocking, honestly. I mean, Oregon, I think Oregon's better than Washington. I don't know how they lost that game. That was crazy. You think Iowa is better than they looked against Michigan? No, I don't. I think Iowa is what they are. They don't have an offense. Why would Iowa join the Pac-12? The Pac-12 isn't even a conference anymore, and the ACC would be a massive bump down in terms of pay. Thoughts on Alabama over FSU is the right call. Always pick against Washington. With Washington, it's tough. It's just their analytical profile is not good. Cardinals over the Steelers. Yeah. I mean, I don't understand. People are like, how could you pick against the Steelers? They don't have a quarterback. I mean, is it really that surprising? Who wins the Pop-Tarts Bowl, NC State or Kansas State? I think Kansas State will win that. Well, actually, without Will Howard now, probably NC State. Plus, NC State's got momentum. They've been playing well. ACC just screws Notre Dame. What bowl did they get? Michigan got an unlucky draw. Yeah, they did. They could have gotten a team like FSU that would have been ideal. So in terms of this year in college football, will this selection Sunday go down as the best? It was definitely a surprise. I don't know if it was a surprise. I mean, I woke up. I only slept for like 2 hours because I've had fucking insomnia. I gotta go to sleep. I gotta do all these. You guys should see my freaking PowerPoint right now. It's horrible. I have to fill out all these games and make all the freaking teams. It's like 30 games, 40 games. Actually, I think it's 42 games. Or 43. Bro, you gotta stop spamming, man. Bro, you gotta stop spamming. I just don't have the brain width to deal with this. Michigan versus Washington. I don't think that's gonna be the matchup. Chargers won 6-0. I know, dude. I didn't realize I had Chargers -6. How was that possible? A team, because that got bet down apparently, and I Chargers -6 and they push because they won 6-0. That's got to be the weirdest bet. They did get to the Sun. Wow, that's a weird game, man. Oregon State Notre Dame in the Sun Bowl. They were having a fight over Notre Dame. Who did Minnesota get? They got the worst bowl of it all. They got the Quick Lane Bowl against Bowling Green. What are your thoughts on 24-team FBS? It's not doable. It's not doable. It's not realistic. It becomes too randomized. There's too many games. 12-team, it seems like the perfect spot. Yeah, that was a crazy bet, man. I mean, how is that possible? -6, and I thought I had him like 4.5. You'll die if Washington beats Texas. I mean, they might. It should be a good game. Washington's only 4-point underdogs. I'm surprised these lines haven't come out. Except for these two games. Let's see if I'm going to update this and see if every game is out now. Because apparently the Sun Bowl is out. North Carolina, West Virginia. Wow. You would think North Carolina would win that game, but Drake May's not going to play. Which team from college football did you take great joy as they failed at everything? I mean, listen, I was against North Carolina this year and they finished unranked. How is Tennessee in the top 25? How many losses do they have? 3 or 4? Yeah. The 12-team playoff has got to come for sure. West Virginia easily wins that game. Well, yeah, because Drake May's not going to play. What are your playoff predictions? I don't know yet. I'm leaning for a national championship of Texas versus Alabama. Auburn versus Maryland. I'm leaning Maryland. There's going to be a lot of people that like Auburn, though, because of the way they played against Alabama. James Madison or Air Force? Listen, James Madison lost their head coach. I don't know if we should put too much stock into that or not. Let me see the analytics on that game, and I'll get back to you. I don't know, man. Air Force has been bad. Virginia Tech, Tulane. That's a strange matchup, man. I love Virginia Tech, too. I think they finished off the season really well. I don't know about facing Tulane, though. Oh, are the Eagles trying to come back? Jesus. Yeah, I don't consider Texas SEC right now. They're not SEC. You can't consider Texas. They played in the Big 12 this year. If they played in the SEC, they wouldn't be in the playoff because they'd have a tougher schedule. Troy versus Georgia Tech could be a good game. Yeah, that's an interesting matchup. It's a strange matchup. I mean, I guess that's what happens with bowls, though. NPCs pick Auburn since they played good against Bama. Yeah, I mean, I think Auburn's a very streaky team. I'm not going to sit here and say Auburn's good now just because they played Bama tough. And you're right. It's going to be Tagovailoa's last game. He's going to go try hard. But Maryland is a streaky team as well. Yeah, Tulane's coach went to Houston. I saw that. Should the Ducks just... No, that's a free win for them. They got to play in that game. Cade McNamara transferred to Ohio State. Are you joking? Yeah, Cade McNamara is injured, brother. It should be 8 teams instead. No, I think 12 is the sweet spot, honestly, man. Who do I have in the LSU-Wisconsin game? Well, LSU, obviously, as long as Daniels plays. I mean, LSU is going to be, a touchdown favorite at least. That's a mismatch. I thought they were like 8 points, maybe 10-point favorites. Do you think the ACC is going to last? Yeah, it'll last as a sub-conference. It'll break down. The bottom teams will still be in the ACC, but it'll be relegated. It's not going to disappear like the Pac-12, but it'll be a mid-major. It's like when a star dies and there's like a little thing left of it. That's what's going to happen to the ACC. It'll still be around because they were able to get Stanford, SMU. They're going to keep Boston College. They're going to keep Syracuse, but they're going to lose the top 6 or 8 teams in that conference. It's just not sustainable with the situation regarding their the money they're bringing in. Who does Iowa State play? That game is actually on here. I saw Iowa State was playing someone. Let me look that up for you. Memphis. Looks like they're playing Memphis, and yeah, I like Iowa State. That's a good team. Remember when Iowa State beat Kansas State in the snow? Iowa is playing Tennessee. Yeah. The Holiday Bowl being played at Petco Park sounds like a joke. I think that's cool, honestly. What's up, Jonathan? I honestly think Memphis beats Iowa State in the Liberty Bowl. Yeah, you're right. That game is at Memphis. Memphis is kind of they're an under the radar team. Not many people know that Memphis actually won 9 games. It's an easier conference for sure. It's an easier conference, but that's still an admirable season. Could we see 5 quarterbacks go in the first round? It's very unlikely. Maybe 4. Like Penix is going to have a big issue with his age. Bo Nix is going to have a big issue with his age. Once the evaluation process plays out, those guys are going to drop. Daniels is like probably a first rounder, but like a mid first rounder. Which offense is worse, Iowa or the Patriots? My God. That's a great question. They both got shut out. I don't know who I can pick. I don't know who to pick. Georgia or FSU? That's a trick question. I mean, come on. That's going to be an annihilation. And plus, Georgia is a team. They're a machine. They're not going to sit there and have 40 opt-outs like Ohio State will. There's a better culture in that program. Tulane and Memphis to the ACC when yeah, they're going to start. You're right. They're going to start taking scraps. They'll end up moving down to a mid-major. Is Cam Newton even playing? No, he's trying to get back into the league and they rejected him. We need more storytime videos. Yeah, I was thinking of doing a high school experience. I could do like three or 4 parts to that. That would not be good. How will the Big Ten Conference work with all of the new teams? It's a clusterfuck. Yeah, it's just a cluster. I think Ohio State has a road game at Oregon. Michigan has a game against USC. It's going to be completely different. It's just different football next year. It completely changes. McCord, he's going to have to transfer. I mean, the writing is on the wall. Ryan Day came out today and said he's considering a quarterback change before facing Missouri. What's up, Smooth? Nebraska is a strong example of a team that declined after moving to a tougher conference. Yeah, I mean, Nebraska was already kind of declining, but they definitely would have had more success probably if they. Honestly, I don't think so. They moved to a tougher conference, but they had a ridiculously easy division. You know, like you're not going to find that division. Not a fan of conference realignment the last few years. Yeah, it just shakes everything up, you know. Iowa, yeah, I think Iowa's going to have a tough time scoring. Does UNLV play? Yeah, they play against, I forgot who they face. Where does Arch Manning go? Apparently he's staying at Texas. Dante Moore would be a good pickup. Yeah, it just depends on if Day wants him or not, you know? Cam Ward might be an interesting thing for Ohio State. Thoughts on Delaware moving to the FBS? Yeah, I saw that. I mean, Conference USA is a joke. You know, I don't think that really changes much. Clemson, Kentucky game. Depends who plays, but I like Clemson a lot. I think Clemson's a good team. And they're going to want to go into the offseason strong after a bad year. I mean, Kentucky, you know, you can say, well, Kentucky beat Louisville, but Louisville's not good. Notre Dame Bowl, they're playing in the Sun Bowl against Oregon State. Is Wisconsin dead? Yeah, they're dead. Wisconsin is dying, sadly. They're going to have a tough schedule. They're not getting the Big Ten West advantage anymore. They really ruined their last few years of being in that horrible division, too. I mean, look at the teams that made the Big Ten championship instead of Wisconsin. Remember when it would always be Ohio State versus Wisconsin in the Big Ten championship? And Wisconsin Ohio State, you can understand losing to Michigan a little bit. Certainly, you don't think Ohio State's going to lose 3 straight games, but with Wisconsin, they just, Purdue made the Big Ten championship last year. Iowa's been making it. They can't do anything. What is your favorite college football team? I would say Air Force. Day and Chip Kelly are tight. Doubt Moore and his mom choose Ohio State. Is there friction now with Dante Moore and Chip Kelly? Does he not like Chip Kelly now? Is that what's going on? Yeah, Dante Moore might choose seems like he seems like the type of kid that would go to LSU to me. I don't know. That's just the vibe I'm getting from him. Can you talk about the Missouri versus Ohio State game? Fun game. I think it'll be close in the first half. It's a mismatch. It'll be a fun first half though. I think Ohio State might not even start McCord. We don't really know. But it's good to see new teams in the New Year's Six. That's the thing. Who is going to win, Boise State or UCLA? I would say Boise State. Boise State looks really good right now. Do you have Army or Navy winning? Yeah, you're right. I'm going with Navy as well. I'm going with Navy. Are Missouri content? Are they returning their quarterback, Brady Cook? If they are, probably. Dude, what a mess that is. Dante Moore's mommy goes on Twitter and rips the head coach. That's so cringe, man. How do you think Oregon and Washington will do next year? Oregon should be okay because they have the portal. They have the Nike money. They'll get a new quarterback from the portal. Maybe Dante Moore. They might even get Dante Moore. They're going to throw money at someone to replace Bo Nix. Washington's going to take a significant step back. Washington's going to lose 4 games next year. People will be shocked. But I said the same thing about TCU, and I was right. I didn't think they'd go 4-8, but I said they'd go 6-6. Ohio State's defense will be too much. Yeah, it's Missouri's a little, it's not an even fight. NC State or Kansas State? I would say NC State, honestly. Just Kansas State's situation is not good. They lost their quarterback to the portal. Can the quarterback still play? Or is he just gone because he went to the portal? I'm guessing he's gone. Who's winning the semis? I don't know. You're going to have to tune into my predictions. I think maybe it's Bama and Texas. We'll see. Who would win, the Steelers or Michigan? That's a troll question, man. Did you see FSU coach? Yeah, he was. Obviously he's going to be pissed off. I can understand that. But it's like the sob story of all these people, the sob story of all these people crying that a team that would be 20-point underdogs in the playoff not getting in. I'm not going to listen to it. It's pathetic. I don't care. We're sick of seeing these horrible games. Are you cheering for Oregon or Liberty? I'm not really cheering for either of those teams. I don't really care, honestly. Missouri going to drop a 50 burger? Maybe a 10 burger. What's going to be the difference in the Michigan-Bama game? I think the game's going to speed up on Michigan. When Michigan faces talent like that, it seems like higher scoring, the game speeds up on them. That's when they struggle. FSU should boycott. Wow, thank you for that, man. Leonardo. Bama barely beat an Auburn team that got smacked by New Mexico State. Bro, I was like you when I was 23. I hated my life. Felt like I was a loser, and then you joined the U.S. Army. Well, I don't think I'll be joining the Army, but I appreciate your service. Hashtag no regret. The issue with that logic, though, when you do the transitive property, I can do it too with FSU facing and really struggling and barely beating a team like Boston College. Boston College is horrible. And FSU easily could have lost to them. FSU should have lost to Clemson. Now, Clemson is better. But Clemson is, they have 4 losses and they outgained FSU by like 150 yards. It's very hard to do that with teams and say, well, because Auburn almost, lost to a bad team and then almost beat Alabama. That kind of goes away when Alabama beats Georgia. When Alabama beats the number 1 team in the country, it's hard to bet again, to not put them in. General, yeah. That'll be a general. UCLA in shambles. I don't know what happened with UCLA. I thought they were going to fire Kelly. They end up keeping him, and then they still lose Dante Moore. Dante Moore went to the portal because he said he wasn't being developed. I just think those kids are so soft. I really, like, the kid's just, he's soft. You can just tell he's soft. The dude literally got like $3 million from UCLA. I mean, let's just call it what it is. And then he's like, I had 9 interceptions. My mom's gonna bitch about the coach. Like, these kids are just so soft. It's just pathetic. Boston College is bowl eligible. Do they have 6 wins or 5 wins? Maybe they got in at 5 and 7. Call me a corporate. I'm a corporate. Iowa playing in a New Year's bowl. They're not playing in a New Year's Six bowl, but yes, they are playing in a bowl that's happening, I think, on January 1st, and it's because of the horrible division that is the Big Ten West. And it's the never-ending cycle with Iowa. We have to watch them play in the freaking Big Ten championship game. They suck. We have to watch them play in a big-time bowl game. They suck. Yeah, Dante Moore was an Oregon commit, and then UCLA offered him more money. Yeah, that's what happened. Boston College is playing SMU in the Fenway Bowl. Yeah, that's a brutal game. You know that game's on at 11 a.m.? That's a brutal game, man. SMU with their backup quarterback. Oh, God. Yeah, the portal thing, these kids are just, they're all going into the portal. It's all a charade. That's the portal. It's a charade. Did anyone see Louisville QB crying when they lost? I mean, he was probably just devastated. That happens a lot in bigger games. I don't know. Does James Madison play? They do. They got into a bowl because there weren't enough bowl-eligible teams, so they made it. Iowa should fire Kurt Ferentz. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, but they're not going to. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, that's the thing. It's double standards. Brandon, you're absolutely right. It's just totally double standards. Like, you can't hypothetically say Alabama struggled with 1 team that was bad when FSU struggled with 5 teams that were bad if we're comparing those 2 teams. Do you watch soccer? I don't watch soccer, no. You have to put into context, FSU, they would be better without Travis. What in the hell? You're trolling again, man. I said SMU New Year's 6 yesterday. Well, yeah, that's because they lost their quarterback. If they had Preston Stone, they would be in a New Year's 6 game. They would be in a New Year's 6 game if they had Preston Stone. Can I tell my female therapist story? I don't know what you're talking about, honestly. I'd rather watch bad semifinal games than Ohio State, Bama in the playoffs. Oh, Ohio State, Bama is must-see. But, I mean, they're not playing. They need to bring Dr. Pepper before they enter the transfer portal. Yeah, they had Dr. Pepper is like the official sponsor of college football or something. What college football team do you hate the most? I don't really hate many teams. Dude, you got to stop spamming. If you spam again, it's going to be worse than a timeout if you spam again, dude. But there's no need to spam, right? I can see your question. Can Oregon State make the playoffs next year going undefeated? Oh, yeah, because there's going to be a representative from the group of 5 automatically. No wonder FSU wants to join the SEC. But, dude, you have to understand something. If FSU was in the SEC, there's 0 chance they would be undefeated because they would play a much tougher schedule. Can we not, actually critically think and understand that? Liberty is going to steamroll Oregon. Yeah, that's a troll. Come on. Is it lagging? Maybe it's on your end. I don't know. Thoughts on Bo Nix? Yeah, he probably will try and stay. If Jalen Milroe got injured at the end of the SEC championship, would you think Alabama? Oh my god, dude. I'm freaking blow drying my hair. Why do QBs not play in bowl games? Well, no, it's just QBs that are draft eligible that could be first round picks. They don't see the need to risk it. I know. I had to. It's a 10-year-old, man. You can tell because you tell them, and normally if they're older, they'll just stop. And if they keep going, it's a dead giveaway of a 10-year-old. Yeah, I think Preston Stone is underrated, dude. Preston Stone. That's a weird name though, man. That sounds. It's. Why do I have so many trolls? It's because I respond to comments, so people are trying to troll me, dude. It's annoying. I gotta start reading the comments in my head before I say them. That's the only way to get rid of it, you know. Texas lost to a bad Oklahoma team. Oklahoma's not bad. Oklahoma's not bad at all. And it's a neutral site rivalry game. Thoughts on the Military Bowl? I don't know who's in it. I'm your inspiration. Please send you money. Yeah, I'll give you 5. I'll give you 5 Shiba Inu. I can send them to your wallet. Can we ban football games in baseball stadiums? I actually like them because I find them interesting personally. Yeah. Yeah, if Preston Stone was on Tulane, they would be overpowered for sure. Who do you think wins the Sun Bowl? I think Notre Dame wins. I mean, look at what happened to Oregon State. They got ravaged. Everyone's gone. Ohio State, Missouri. I like that matchup, honestly. I mean, listen, when I logged off or when I stopped streaming, I think everyone thought it was going to be Ohio State versus Oregon or Ohio State versus Oklahoma. But now that it's Missouri, it's an interesting matchup. I mean, can we get some odds on these games? I'd love to react. I think Ohio State's probably going to be like -7 or something. I mean, I can try and look it up. I can try and look it up and see. We got some college basketball here. I don't want that. Let's get to some football. Let's see if they've got any games. All right. Oh, we got some tie games. Close games between these teams. Yep, the 49ers. I'd like to get that game under, but it's not going to happen. Filth. Army, Navy. Army sitting -2. Navy's good value. Navy's great. Yeah, but there's no games here. There's no games. What is my favorite celebrity? I'm not a big celebrity. You know, dude, I'm not a big celebrity person, man. You know. Odds are, you're probably right. Action Network is, they always seem to have the odds. But some of their odds are bullshit, dude. They don't work. They're not, like, these odds are not correct. It's not a pick'em. Texas is not -2. Look at this, 19.5. Holy crap. OSU -7.5. That's the exact line. You nailed it. Dude, hey, dude, I wouldn't even use, why would I use a desktop computer to look that up anyways? That doesn't make any sense, brother. It's not going to come up. Check DraftKings odds for the Peach Bowl. I mean, I guess these are odds. I mean, you can at least see some things. They seem kind of realistic. Tennessee -11.5. I would like Tennessee to cover that game. I mean, Iowa's kind of been good in bowl games, but I don't know, man. Iowa just can't score. It's hard to really pick them. Larry or Levis? I don't know, man. I always thought Levis was better than people gave him credit for. But they're both very similar, dude. They're very similar. They both kind of win big games, but they also lose a bunch. Who plays in the Sun Bowl? Oregon State, Notre Dame. Hard to pick bowl games. Never know who's playing. It's brutal. Are you unbanned from? Yeah, what a strange thing that was, man. You remember that? That was a troll that happened mid-season. Over under on the Cheez-It Bowl. That's a strange request, sir. I'm not going to be able to give you the information on the over under on the Cheez-It Bowl right now. What I can tell you is it's probably, if I had to guess, about 29.5. Thoughts on, yeah, that girl's hot, but I think he broke up with her. Probably for the best, man. Instagram girl like that. It's a losing battle. Even if you're someone of his stature, it's a losing battle. It's not worth it. Clips in your videos editing when? What does that mean? What is the spread of the Sun Bowl? Notre Dame sitting about 5.5. Yeah, I mean, I would say Notre Dame wins that game. Vols win 17-6. Wait, South Florida's in a bowl? No. Maybe I'll try and find to see if they actually are. Oh my God, South Florida. Dude, I like South Florida to win that game. I might pick South Florida to win that game outright plus the 5. Sam Hartman, yeah, for an 8th season, Sam Hartman is back. No, I think they're getting Riley Leonard. I would take, if the over-under in that game's 36.5, that seems great value. I'd take the under. The committee would never leave 13-0 Bama with an injured QB. Well, yeah, you also have to understand Bama has a significantly more talented roster than FSU as well. If Dion was the FSU coach, it would be a totally different story. I mean, I don't know, man. You can do what ifs and stuff like that. No, it's... But you're probably right. Wyoming should smash Toledo. I don't know, man. I mean, Wyoming is... Let me see the line on that. That game's happening like... Oh, that's the budget. That's the Barstool, Arizona. I mean, Toledo's sitting -1. Yeah, I'd go Wyoming to win that game outright. Toledo, really, against Miami of Ohio. Jalen Hurts is hurt. Steelers or Patriots? Oh, my God. I mean, obviously, the Patriots they're trying to lose. It makes sense. UCF plays Georgia Tech, really? I think UCF wins that game. I like UCF, as long as their quarterback plays. Jalen Hurts done for the year. You doubt Wyoming. I know, but they don't have to destroy them. It's a pick 'em. They just got to win. Mariota's their backup for the Eagles? You're going with Miami? Oh, that's... I mean, I can show you... Dude, I was doing... Actually, I think I would probably mess up my setup if I went to it. I'm trying to see... Yeah, I'm not going to show that. Virginia Tech or Tulane? I'm a fan of Virginia Tech with that dual threat quarterback personally. Cal or Texas Tech? Is that a game that's happening? Because I got to fill out all these games, man. That's the thing. I got to you know how I do the fucking predictions? I'm going to have to do that, fill that out tonight, and then do them tomorrow. Basically, what I'm going to do is a 2-part. I'm going to do the New Year 6 games first. That's going to be a separate video. And then I'm going to do all the other games in like a 30-minute, hopefully maybe only 25-minute video. But Cal or Texas Tech, Cal has a good running back. Yeah, Texas Tech kind of gave up there at the end. I would probably say Cal wins that game. They've got an offense that's explosive. Texas Tech, again, they gave up at the end of the season. And they also are dealing with the injured quarterback. Yeah, the bowl games, a lot of them are crap, but some of the names are cool. Cotton Bowl is cool. Sugar Bowl is cool. Rose Bowl is cool. Peach Bowl kind of sucks. You know, some of them are cool. Yeah, I think Cal will win. Yeah, the committee should have just put OSU in. Yeah. Ha, bro, there's no way he's going to be a top 15 pick. He's a running back. That's just not going to happen. He'll be like maybe a third rounder. Cal loses to Oregon and is 3-6. And I mean, Cal they're an explosive offense. I don't have anything against Cal. Why is Syracuse in a bowl game? Are they 5-7? It's because there's not enough 6-win teams that are bowl eligible. You think Tennessee starts the true freshman? Why not? Why not get him experience? But it is a tough matchup. I mean, Iowa has a good defense. Western Kentucky will beat Old Dominion. Yeah, those games are always fun to predict, right? It's just a crapshoot. Who knows? Marshall versus UTSA. Oh God. Yeah, some of these games, man. UTSA sitting -11 against Marshall. Yeah, UTSA is a good team. Even though they lost, I think at the end of the year to Tulane. Austin Reed is an underrated QB. Yeah, I remember Austin Reed against Ohio State. They faced Ohio State this year. Why is Cal not in the LA Bowl? Yeah, because Cal is not that's an upper tier bowl, I think. Cal didn't meet. They have to at least win like 8 games to get into that bowl, I think. There's a higher chance Liberty beating. Yeah, I want to see what I mean, I don't know how that spread is so low. Am I losing my mind? How is it only -12? Shouldn't it be like -19 or 20? It's shocking that spread is so low. Cal is winning 8 games in the ACC. I mean, I have to see their schedule. Kansas State versus NC State, surprisingly underrated bowl matchup. Yeah, but you have to understand, Kansas State lost their quarterback to the portal. So, of course, it takes some zest out of that matchup, unfortunately. UCLA won 7 games. And they're in it. Well, I don't know what to tell you. It must not be that good of a bowl. I thought it was a better bowl than that. Iowa has the crappiest offense. Yeah, they have a historically bad offense. It's almost impossible to have that. It's just, I mean, Iowa literally sets records for low over-unders, and the game always goes under still. Yeah, the ACC is really bad. I agree. I think the Big 12 is better than the ACC right now. Now, that's going to change probably. Yeah, it is going to change when Texas and Oklahoma leave. Who wins, Georgia third-string players or Liberty starters? I mean, that's a weird hypothetical. I don't know, because I don't know how much seasoning Georgia has with their third-string players and things like that. Did Jimmy Kimmel get canceled? No, I think that's just like, you know how they don't pay for it? His show probably just doesn't pay for it anymore, the sponsorship. Because those things change all the time, you know? At 7, you can do the Bowl Mania predictor. Ha. Yeah. What? Just pick. I don't want to pick the lines, though. Which playoff game will be more exciting? Oh, it's gotta be Alabama, Michigan, man. Missouri could upset Ohio State. I doubt that. That seems improbable. But it is college football. You never know. Plus, Ohio State might not even play McCord. You think Abuka comes back? Abuka kind of had a bad season, you know. Probably not, because he's going to be like an early second-round pick. SMU should have joined the Big 12. Yeah, it does make way more sense. You're right. Imagine if Liberty... They probably just didn't have a chance to join, and they wanted to get into a Power 4 conference. Liberty, I mean, they could make the playoffs next year. A team like Liberty can make the playoffs. It will be kind of a buzzkill if Oregon State or Washington State is the group of 5 representative. Can that actually happen next year? Can they be a group of 5 representative? I would like a smaller team to get in, personally. Can you see the 2024 schedules? Yeah, I mean, schedules are already out for 2024 because college football, it's like so far ahead. I don't think the Big 12 wanted SMU. Yeah, otherwise they'd be there. I mean, the SMU had to try and just go somewhere. They probably wanted to go to the Big 12. I urge you to get into the NHL. Pat McAfee loves it. Did Pat McAfee start watching it or something? Mizzou has way more motivation. Yeah, I mean, maybe it'll be like the Ohio State Utah Rose Bowl. I could see something like that, where it's a really fun game. I mean, because Ohio State was a similar line. Ohio State was like a touchdown favorite, and they barely won. Now, certainly you could argue Utah is better than Missouri, or that Utah team was, but should Group of Five have their own separate playoff? I mean, but what's the point? It's like nobody's going to really recognize it. They want to get in with the big boys and try and get a team in. That's fine. You don't like the New Year's Six bowl games? Yeah, I definitely thought Ohio State was going to face Oregon, and that would have been a great game. Instead, Oregon versus Liberty, that's pretty brutal. Penn State, Ole Miss could be a good game, though. Do you expect Michigan to receive significant sanctions? I don't know. I think they'll be fine with just Harbaugh leaving Michigan. That's probably what the NCAA is going to want, in my opinion. And they'll probably try and go with Sharon Moore. I know, he beat Ohio State. I don't think that dude's that good of a coach. He seems like he has no spine to me. Why is Missouri slow slept on? No, I mean, they're a cute little team. There's nothing bad about Missouri, but obviously they don't have the talent. Georgia is going up against you. Are they seriously? Yeah, I mean, those are like non-conference games. Georgia faces FCS teams too. Is Cooper Kupp bad now? Yeah, Cooper Kupp's done nothing this year, man. Ohio State 27, Missouri 17. That sounds like a boring game to me, brother. SEC has a lot of New Year's Six games. Yeah, so does the Big Ten. But the SEC has a lot because they let both Ole Miss and Missouri into a New Year's Six game. Everyone thought it was going to be one or the other. Oregon only lost. I mean, dude, they lost last year and then 2 times this year. Like you say, 3 times. It's really just twice this year. That's it. Oklahoma, Arizona. Yeah, I think the Alamo Bowl lucked out with that. The Alamo Dome. You hope they vacate I mean, that would be brutal, man. That's a death punch if they vacate that stuff. That's Ohio State 49, Missouri 38. Yeah, that's a very high scoring game. That'd be a fun game. Take the over in Arizona, Oklahoma. I mean, but the over under is going to be 73. Are you still taking the over? I mean, Harbaugh was already facing a suspension, dude, so he's just going to get it tacked on. He'll probably be suspended 7 or 8 games. Texas in the playoffs is good for college football. Yeah, I mean, they're a huge university. Bowling Green versus Minnesota. Great game. Bet on Bama beating Michigan. Yeah, I would lean to Bama. Who does Kansas play? I remember setting up my little predictor with Kansas. Kansas is going to end up facing UNLV. Wow, minus 13. That seems like a prime spot for UNLV to cover a 13-point spread. There's no way that's a 13-point spread, especially with Kansas's quarterback situation. Do you think college football will be a Power 2? It's kind of impossible for it to be a Power 2. There's not enough games per year to make it a Power 2. You know what I'm saying? How big can the conferences get? If it's a power 2, there's going to be so many teams conjugated within 2 conferences. It just doesn't make sense. It could be a power 3 maybe. Like you have the big boy SEC Big 10, but you also have the Big 12 with all the other kind of teams, and a few teams rise to the top every year. I could see something like that. But yeah, the ACC looks primed to get ripped to shreds. Oregon is favored by 14.5 points. Oh, I wonder if they updated it on ESPN. Because ESPN has their betting function now. Dude, they just won't update anything with this. This is ridiculous. Oh, you're right. Oregon. Yeah, I mean, I like Oregon to cover that. But again, we don't know if Bo Nix is going to play. LSU minus 10.5. I mean, it's hard for me to say Wisconsin can keep that game close. That's Raymond James Stadium, too. You know LSU is going to be... I mean, but does Malik Neighbors play? Does Brian Thomas play? See, this is the thing. How do you... Like, I'm going to try and predict these games, and it's just a crapshoot, but... I mean, you know, I gotta do it for my channel, for sure. Is Milroe running the ball going to give Michigan a problem? Well, obviously, it's going to give him a problem. That's his game. He's a dual threat Cam Newton type runner. He's going to be running the ball a ton. Who is Northwestern playing? Utah. They're playing Utah. Oregon has an 89% chance of winning. Oh, do they actually have those now? Dude, that's basically a 90% chance of winning. I want to see the Ohio State game. I want to see the analytical thing. Ohio State, Missouri, 75. Yeah, that basically means Ohio State's about a 7.5 point favorite in that game. 75% chance. Yeah.
The Magic
Neighbors is playing. Well, yeah. Then it seems like it seems like I would go in on LSU minus the 10 if they're planning on going tryhard in that game. LSU 42-14. I don't know how Wisconsin is in that bowl. I guess it's just the Big Ten is weak. But I do think the Big Ten matches up well.
Every day,
you know, maybe Michigan loses, but Ohio State and Penn State win against their SEC. I mean, this game, it's, you know, you would think Ohio State would win this game.
Today.
Bowl trips like this will help those donors open up those pockets,
the Orange
get that NIL going too.
I want to see what the analytics say on the Orange Bowl. It's actually probably not going to be that bad because the analytics are not going to take into account where is Huh, 61. Yeah, come on. Yeah, there's no nuance with analytics. There's no nuance. Who said that Bo Nix is playing against Liberty? I think he will because he's a college tryhard. Drop the workout plan. I don't work out, man. Not anymore. I'm too tired and I'm too old for that. Drop a meal plan. Oh, God. There's no meal plan, man. Stefanski to Ohio State. Kevin Stefanski? I'll actually just take a look at some of these games really quick. Wow, San Francisco. I should have said to take San Francisco -3 is what I should have done. It's filth. Absolute filth. Absolute horrible. Dude, I'm surprised you haven't seen him in here. That dude is always in here. Yeah, there's a probably a young kid that decided to take my photo, and when I looked like a Russian schoolboy. Remember that? Yeah, he's got that as his header. I mean, I'll take it. I think I look pretty nice, honestly. So it's a flattering thing. Michigan versus Alabama. Yeah, you're right. That's a good idea. I'm guessing no, it's gonna have Michigan as the favorite. Very slightly. I know it's gonna have Michigan the favorite. 56-44. Pretty even. Michigan, you know, that's why they were about 2.5. That's why they opened plus 2.5. Again, I messed it up. I'm sorry. Bryce Young is a bust. It doesn't look good, man. Bowl game stadium vid. Yeah, that's kind of an obvious video, like weirdest stadiums. I think I've already done that, but maybe I'll do it again because it is FedEx Field. Yeah, dude, what a shithole that place is. Did you see the game today where it was like it's like just horrible dystopian Soviet era rain and sleet and crap. Have you gotten to basketball bets? No, dude. I think basketball is kind of, well, maybe college, but NBA is just, it's so high scoring, man. New Mexico State, Fresno State, that's a hell. New Mexico State, they've already played 14 games on the year. Wow. Look at Tennessee, Iowa. It'll be interesting to see Tennessee, Iowa. I would imagine Tennessee is going to be decently heavy favorites. They're sitting -7.5 right now. 70-30. Yeah. Pretty standard. Rogers Center. I would like to see the Rogers Center host a game. Will Howard is going to USC. That doesn't really make a lot of sense unless they think Malachi Nelson's going to be a bust. Is beating Michigan Ryan Day's only performance goal? I mean, I guess, but it depends. I mean, what Michigan team are you really going to beat? You know, you're at home. Michigan, I don't know what's going to happen to them next year with Harbaugh. You know, it's going to be very hard for Michigan to attract transfers until that NCAA investigation gets figured out. Iowa 2-0 Tennessee game ends. That's why I think Michigan really needs to try and win it all this year. You know, do you think the Bills' new stadium will get a bowl or even a Super Bowl? I mean, it could get a bowl game. It's not going to get a Super Bowl. It's impossible. There's no way they would risk that. I mean, playing a Super Bowl in an open stadium in upstate, you know, New York in the snow belts, it's just crazy. You would be tempting fate. You would be hoping like 20 degrees and clear. Michigan has like 44 seniors. Yeah, but they always have 44 seniors, man. They always have old teams. That's just the way they are. They develop 3 stars and then they have experience, you know? So like this whole thing where Michigan's going to be way younger, it's just a cope. They're always old. Arizona Bowl on CW Network. Yeah, the Arizona Bowl, I'm surprised. It's such a crappy bowl. But I like Wyoming personally. Could Kyle McCord transfer to UCLA? Probably not. Probably a team like Pittsburgh, I was thinking. Maybe like a team like Syracuse. Maybe a team like Boston College. Maybe a team like Auburn. Although, I don't know. They might bring back Peyton Thorne or whoever. OU Arizona game. Yeah, that'll be something I'll look at right now. Should be a really good matchup. Wow. 75-25. The thing is, let me just say with the analytics, they're kind of off on Oklahoma. Oklahoma had a win 73-0 against Arkansas State. That really catapulted them in terms of analytics, and it really hasn't self-corrected. I think it's more like 65-35 or 60-40 if I had to guess on a game like that. Arizona's a good team. Thoughts on USC next year? They need a really good defensive coordinator. Really good defensive coordinator. Invest a lot of money in the portal on defensive players. And you would think Malachi Nelson, I guess, would be next up, but I haven't heard anything on Malachi Nelson. Kyle McCord, he can transfer to Maryland. You would be happy if he transfers to Maryland. I don't know if you really want Kyle McCord, man. It's you know, he's an okay quarterback, I'll say that. He's not terrible. He's not Ohio State quality, that's the problem. What do you think about the Fiesta Bowl matchup? The Fiesta Bowl matchup, yeah, it's not going to be competitive unless Bo Nix is out. The New Yorker in Peru. Ryan, I feel like you're trolling me with that. I really do. How many bowl games is there? Oh, that's an interest. You know what? That's a video that I should do. Baseball stadiums hosting bowl games. Globe Life, Chase Field, Yankee Stadium always has the pinstriped Fenway. Yeah. This is their busy season, Camping World Stadium. This is their one. This is their shining moment, and they're trying to get a $400 million renovation. Can you believe that? Texas Natty, it's possible, man. I mean, Texas is sitting 4-point favorites in a semifinal. It's very possible. Are you going out tonight? No, I'm not going out. Dude, I'm just gonna I'm gonna have a miserable night. Just, I have to format the entire freaking presentation. Yeah, I did play GeoGuessr once. It was bad. I didn't get anything. When will the semifinal predictions be out tomorrow? Oh, they'll be out tomorrow, don't worry. Unless I randomly, something happens, they'll be out tomorrow. I didn't know there was a live show tonight. Nice. Yeah, I just decided I was going to do a video talking about the games, and it's probably financially better for me to do a video, but I don't know. It's just easier to interact with chat. I think OSU would have beaten Michigan this year with Stroud. I mean, obviously you could say that, but saying that is it's just cope. I mean, Stroud's not here. It is what it is. You could say that. You could do that with a lot of teams. Like, what if Bryce Young was at Bama? I mean, Petco Park got the Holiday Bowl. Yeah, that's another one. There's a lot of them to do. Michigan has much more experience. Yeah, Michigan always has a lot of experience. I mean, Alabama will be ready. They got a month to prepare. Arch Manning or Murphy will transfer, I think. I think Murphy will. How do you think Washington does next year? They're going to regress. They'll be 8-4 next year, probably. I know they have a good coach. It's going to be tough, though. They're going to lose a lot. Why do they play the Holiday Bowl at Petco Park? Because Snapdragon Stadium is the home of San Diego State, I think. Wrigley Field should get a bowl. Yeah, well, they host like that. They host a random Northwestern game sometimes. Have you seen that? USC losing to Maryland next year. I don't know about that, man. Alabama and Texas for Natty. I would say it's possible. Why is the Holiday Bowl on Fox? Because they actually have the rights to it. Yeah, they don't have the rights to many bowls, do they? Fox. Penn State or Ole Miss? I would say Penn State. No, Fox is not my favorite, man. International Bowl at Rogers Center features teams from the MAC. Yeah, the problem with Rogers Center is after the renovation, it can't host football now. It's not multi-purpose. Ole Miss should be able to beat Penn State. I don't think so. I think Penn State will win. Is Ole Miss the worst New Year's Six team? No, that would be Liberty, man. Your pick is Washington and Bama in the Natty, with Washington winning 30-28. I mean, that could happen. Yeah, I would love to see the Big Ten get rid of Fox. That's a cancer cell, man. Holy crap. Fox just ruins all those games, puts them at noon. It's bad. Every year it's something with Fox. It's like 4 or 5 weeks. There's always a problem. Liberty or Oregon? Oregon, man. Yeah, SEC on CBS is over. It's all going to be ESPN now. What do you think is Trump's percent chance to return? Like 55% right now. Chances Harbaugh leaves college football without ever winning a playoff game. Pretty good, honestly, because I think he's leaving after this year, and they're going to have a tough time beating Alabama. But, I mean, he's got a chance right now. Joel Klatt is biased towards the SEC, but he works with Fox. Now, he would be biased to the Big Ten. Yeah, Ewers might actually go to the draft now after seeing that game against Oklahoma State. You're right. That's interesting. Especially now that he has these playoff games, he could very easily still go to the draft. Republican candidate probably wins 2024 election. Well, Biden can't win with this approval rating. He has to improve his approval rating significantly. So, I'm sure they'll try. Niners scored. Yeah, that's that. The under is gone. The under is gone on that. I have been getting more viewers if there actually are 193. ESPN needs a new score bug. Yeah, I agree, man. This has got to be the last year of this score bug. Ewers is going to the Patriots. Well, that would be a crazy story. What would he go? Top 5? Ewers or Penix in terms of pro or college. I think Ewers is a bit better, honestly. I mean, Penix is undefeated though. Yeah, you know, I just think Penix recently hasn't been nearly as good as he was earlier in the year. I mean, I think in general, you know, whether it's a 55% chance, 60% chance, it's never going to be like 70 or 80. The country's too divided. Yeah, I probably peaked at 400 just because of the reveal show, though. I'm talking about concurrent, you know, just how many people can you keep? Just with me doing nothing and just sitting here, how many viewers can I keep? The most awesome, thank you. FSU has more yards on offense last night than Michigan. Michigan's offense is terrible with their starting quarterback, but no one talks about it. Yeah, I don't think people really, you know, got angry at Michigan because that's what Iowa does. They're a good defense. Michigan still won that game 26-0. Iowa just bores you to death. I mean, Michigan, look, Iowa has a good defense. I'm not going to sit here and... The problem with Michigan is they have no receivers. You can say Roman Wilson, but he's a midget. So they really don't have any good receivers. You know, Cornelius Johnson, but they do have good tight ends. I don't know. I just think Bama's got more talent. Odds on Biden not being on the ballot. I don't know. Isn't it getting a bit late for that at this point? I mean, I thought for sure he wasn't running, but at this point it's hard to, you know, they're really cutting it close, it feels like. Like they're going to have to get somebody else going and the campaign going for him and stuff. I don't think they want to give up the incumbent advantage, man. Colts-Titans game, shockingly higher scoring game, yeah. Pat McAfee running as an independent. That dude would be old as hell in 2044, man. Yeah, that dude wants to take after The Rock. You know The Rock is running soon? The Rock just looks like a mess, dude. Like, I know he's in shape and stuff, but, like, in terms of his political... He is a little bitch, man. He's just trying to play this independent, oh, I'm a liberal, but I'm trying to be independent. Yeah, it's just, you know The Rock is running probably in 2028. He basically admitted it. Yeah, I saw that, the Chang complex. What a weird place. Predictions for Ohio State, Missouri. I think Ohio State probably wins and covers. You think Nico Lamanleva going to be good? Yeah, he should be good. But listen, how am I supposed to really know? You know? You can visit the Twin Towers in VR. Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. But they got to get the VR better. I mean, VR is so far away, dude. I know Apple announced their thing, but it's $3,500 and it hasn't even been released. We're at least 5 years away from VR actually being a thing where you can just buy it for, like a gaming console for $500 and put it on. But I think VR is going to be horrible. I mean, all of this stuff is horrible, but VR is like next level bad because you actually think you're accomplishing something, but it's all just fake. But I understand why people would want to do it. At least with video games, you're looking at a screen. With VR, it's like you think you're doing something. It's like a mind fuck. The Rock going to choose Joe Rogan as his running mate? Yeah, he'll probably choose some independent schmuck or something. Who is winning Packers-Chiefs? That's a good game. I think that the Chiefs win. I like the over. I don't know. I think Ohio State might try and get Cam Ward. It seems like they're offering him money. They're trying to get more of a dual threat quarterback with experience. What record do I think Ohio State will have? Probably one loss. Maybe on the road at Oregon. I mean, honestly, it's almost inconsequential when you talk about a 12-team playoff and one loss. You're going to be in automatically if you have one loss. I mean, we'll see what happens with the Big Ten championship, though, because that'll be different as well. Nobody is paying I mean, people will pay for it, but it's just, you have to understand that's how technology starts. It's always ridiculously overpriced. Look at the first computers, the big-ass TVs that had horrible quality. They all cost thousands of dollars. Obviously, they're crap now. Do you think ABC is better than CBS? I don't really have a preference. I think they're both fine, honestly. Newsom versus DeSantis. I mean, the only way that would happen is if Trump was in jail or something like that. There's no way DeSantis can win the Republican nomination right now. I mean, it seems like even this establishment Republicans would rather go with Haley. Oregon needs to get Cam Ward. Yeah, I could see that. Oregon's going to drop a bag on some quarterback. Obviously, we all know that. I couldn't bet this week because I'm in Peru. I would have gone crazy. Oh, yeah. We need your most cringiest date. Yeah, that would be very, very bad. Dude, Anthony, I was going to do a video on that. So I uploaded I don't know why. It was kind of a random thing for my channel. I tried uploading it, and it just said, ad restricted. I just deleted the video. I'm not dealing with that, Like, you mention any of that stuff, it's just such a headache. It's not worth it, But yeah, I mean, dude, listen, it's a lot of very ignorant young kids, getting taken by simple propaganda, It's a lack of critical thinking skills. It is what it is. NBC's scoreboard is ugly. It is. I think it's a real step back. Rutgers to the Pinstripe Bowl. Oh, they're at Yankee Stadium? Really? That's great. Good news for Rutgers. I don't know who Rutgers plays. That's an interesting question, man. Because that game is like the 26th, I want to say. I know. Oh, here it is. No. Dude, I don't know where it is. Maybe it just got announced. What is this, dude? That actually might be a bot. I wonder what that link was. I would not click on that link. Maybe I need to go in VR for it, Ryan. Go in VR. The cope is just crazy. People say they don't want Biden or Trump, but when it comes to the time to actually vote, they won't. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. No, you know what it is, man. People are so fake. They're like, I don't like either candidate. And then they say, well, because Trump is so bad, I just have to vote for Biden. Otherwise, it's a wasted vote and I'm helping Trump win. We know these people's script. It's pathetic. It's so fake. Jenny Lee. Yeah, it's probably some freaking... It's not a good link, I'll say that much, probably. Probably some bot. Some Chinese Indian bot or some bullshit. You got Nebraska. They got a nice. That would be a nice road trip, man. They just got a stadium in the middle. Nebraska is really an interesting state. It's just a corner and then there's nothing. You know, with Lincoln and Omaha. Because Lincoln and Omaha are only like an hour away. I did a video on Nebraska talking about them getting a baseball team, and there's just no way. Florida should have gotten a bowl over Minnesota. Yeah, I would like to see Florida play in like a crappy bowl, honestly. Minnesota's just a boring team. I agree with that, honestly. The guy in the Eagles game just got lit up like a Christmas tree. Really? Jenny Lee, what a goat. Probably go follow her OnlyFans. Love you long time. Well, thank you for that. How much is Liberty going to lose by? Probably 21 or something. Rutgers plays Miami. Oh, God. Dude, they always troll Miami with these games, I swear. Why does Miami always have to play in cold weather? Remember when Miami played in that game and it was like 6-3 or something? With Malik Rozier or something? Oh, yeah. DG streams are the only... Yeah, dude, I just stream just to cope, honestly, because it's better than just what I'd be doing, you know. It's better. I mean, honestly, I probably should be making videos right now. It's just more, in terms of revenue, it's better, but it's just cope, honestly. You showed your wife. I mean, I appreciate it. It's a little awkward, but I appreciate it. Yeah, FSU went 13-0 and got left out of the playoff. Well, you don't say, man. You don't say. From this perspective, FSU is out. Do you think the committee for competitiveness didn't want the same mistake like Notre Dame? Yeah, no, it was all based on competitiveness. It was. But, I mean, Notre Dame getting in really wasn't controversial. It was more so of like, listen, we all know if FSU would have gotten in, it would have been a very, very likely, we don't know 1,000%, but very likely it would have been a blowout. And everyone would be saying, why are we doing this charade? You know? They're obviously not one of the 4 best teams. You want to reward them for an undefeated team, but let's just call it what it is. It's a charade. You know they're going to get blown out. You're rewarding a team like a different team. They're a different team with Jordan Travis. Do you think rank 18 is right for NC State? I don't see why not. NC State's a solid team, man. I'd have to look at the rankings to compare, but I don't know. I mean, what am I going to move them up one spot, move them down one spot? You know, it's whatever. Trying to go to D1 and tore my ACL isn't helping. Oh, that sucks, bro. What am I getting you for Christmas? What am I getting my younger self? Maybe some Legos or something. Worst bowl game? Probably the Birmingham Bowl. Wait, is there a Birmingham Bowl this year? I think it's called... Yeah, there it is. There it is right there. No, I don't know. I don't know what the worst one is. Probably one of the first ones. Probably like the Bahamas Bowl. Niners killed the Eagles. Yeah, I know. I outsmart myself by saying to take the under in that game. I should have definitely... Because I loved San Francisco to win that game and cover. Everyone was like, bro, take the Eagles plus 2.5, the value. But it's just... Anthony, you're absolutely right. Absolutely. They're doing false equivalencies. They can't actually debate. They say, oh, but look at Ohio State. Yeah, look at Ohio State with Cardale Jones. They scored 59 points. What did FSU do with their backup quarterbacks? They cannot debate us, Anthony. They can't do it. They have no logic. They say 13. Well, dude, if it's 13-0, then why even have a committee? Just put the teams that are 13-0 in. There's no nuance to their arguments. They can't debate us. Who plays in the 88? I didn't even know that's a bowl name, man. But you are right, because I was doing I had to get all the bowl logos. But yeah, that is actually a bowl. Let me try and that's a newer bowl. This coffee bowl is also a new sponsor. There's some new sponsors this year. It's South Alabama and Eastern Michigan, and you've got South Alabama. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. I don't know what it is, man. What a blowout this is going to be. South Alabama, Eastern Michigan. I tried banning them quickly. I mean, they just freaking... You can't really do anything with it because it just appears so fast. There was a debate that FSU wasn't one of the 4 best teams. Yeah, I know. I know there was. And honestly, they probably weren't. But I would have let them in if they had Travis. How confident were you that FSU would miss the playoffs? I was pretty confident. I mean, I said last week that if FSU had a bad showing, but it had to, Alabama had to win. If Alabama didn't win, FSU would have been in. Because you would have had Georgia. Well, actually, well, yeah, because then maybe you would have FSU over Texas. I don't know. I got you, bro. Yeah, Ryan. It's always, it's always just you got to just cope. It's. I'll have to do more story videos. Do you think Stanford will win the ACC? They got to focus on winning like 6 games next year, man. I don't get how Air Force is in a bowl. Yeah, they did rage quit, but they still started 8-0, so they made a bowl. I mean, they were bowl eligible very early. These bots get on my nerves. Yeah, well, that one wasn't a bot. It was just a rogue, someone that was rogue. But the one was a bot because it just had a link. I don't know why Texas was scared if it was FSU or Alabama. I don't think Texas... Yeah, no. That was a strange... Bobby, I agree with you. I don't know why people were saying Texas could get left out. That never made sense to me. This morning, people were saying Texas might get left out. There's just no way they would leave Texas out the way they'd been treating the Texas-Alabama head-to-head all season. FSU might stay in the ACC. I mean, it just depends. I mean, this dude is just trolling me with some meme. Yeah, I mean that's fine. You can delete that message, man. It's whatever. I don't know. I'm an inspiring person, really. Why did Northwestern get into a bowl? Because they actually had a good season, man. Well, no, they play in a shit division, if I'm being honest. Otherwise, they very likely wouldn't have had enough wins. You want to add me on place? I have an Xbox, man. I have an Xbox One. You know what I'm trying to get, dude? I'm trying to get a monitor. What monitor should I get that can, like, hook up to game capture so I can stream? What about, like, Lego Star Wars? I don't know. That's what I would want to stream. Your non-sports videos have really exponentially improved. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I mean, I think like even when I look at my channel, I get, it's tough because if you're bouncing around different niches, that's why I've thought of starting another channel, but it's just such a time waster to start another channel, I feel like, Yeah, Syracuse. There's no way I'm giving him mod powers, bro. Syracuse finished the year pretty much as they always do. Do the smallest stadium of the group of 5. Yeah, I mean, maybe that could be something I could do. I'm always looking for ideas, you know? It's some days, especially like on a Saturday, I just will run out of ideas. But this week, it's going to be pretty jam-packed. Actually, really jam-packed. That's why I got to go to sleep soon. Because I only got 2 hours of sleep last night. There's going to be a minimum of 2 prediction videos. We have the athletics renderings finally coming out. Yeah, I was thinking about doing 2 channels. I just think it's too much of a hassle, you know? I know I could link it, but Illinois really had a solid year last. Yeah, I mean, I thought they would definitely regress this year, and they did. Which team surprised me? Probably Arizona the most. Who is UCF? I don't know, man. I think UCF is one of the final ones. They didn't know who they were facing, and as a surprising team. But I think it's important to understand their schedule and how easy it is, you know? Yeah, I mean, I go to Starbucks once a week. Normally, I go to Dunkin' Donuts more. I haven't been going much recently. No, what? Is that true? They postponed the renderings release because of a hit and run? No, that can't be true. Is that actually true? I feel like that's such a weird thing to say that probably is true. Meet up at Little Caesars Bowl. Where is that at? Is that in Detroit, Michigan? We'd get gangbanged there. Oh my god, man. They're never dude. You're not telling me they postponed a fucking renderings release. How do you postpone just release the damn renderings. You don't have to have you can just release them. All you have to do is release them on the internet. They're renderings. You don't have to go to court to do it. Yeah, the Cheez-It Bowl. Do a video ranking all the bowl game venues. That would be a really long video, bro. Maybe I'll do like the worst and best venues. But ranking all 42, bro, that's too much of a time commitment, you know? Plus, I would need to find photos of all the cities and venues and stuff. Dude, the A's are just the dumbest people alive. Just release them. Just put them out on your freaking Twitter. Just put them out on your Twitter. It just doesn't make any sense. I was looking forward to that, you know? I was looking forward to the renderings. It would have been a good... I didn't see his 70-yard touchdown. No, I didn't see that. Will I talk about Alaskan Airlines buying Hawaiian Airlines? Probably not, no. Heisman contenders, yeah, but I don't think California is going to be nearly good enough for him to be a Heisman contender. You know, it's... I did see the Army-Navy games at Gillette. Yeah, they rotate it. IUPUI? Yeah, man. The worst team in college basketball. I appreciate you bringing them up. The worst team in college. I remember them. Notre Dame versus Oregon State. I would expect Notre Dame. Oregon State lost their quarterback. They lost their head coach. It's going to be tough. But it is a newbie prediction by me. You know. Yeah, I think I did rank all the bowl game logos last year. I mean, I could do it again, but it's kind of repetitive. Steven 13. Michigan versus Michigan State was pretty fun. Utter destruction was unbelievable. Michigan State should have been shut out 3 times this season. Dude, did you see the Michigan State versus Penn State game on Black Friday? Oh my God. Dude, I think it was like the total yardage was like 600 to 70 or something, or like it was like 550 to 90. But yeah, Michigan annihilated Michigan. But Michigan State against Penn State, Michigan, and Ohio State, it was an FCS level football. It was FCS level. Yeah, Ohio State versus Missouri. I'm pretty happy about that game, honestly. NFL's product has been completely watered down. Yeah, it's been watered down so much they really can't expand because the quarterback quality is so bad. So, because if you're expanding to 2 more teams, you need more quarterbacks. It's just going to make it worse. What is the worst bowl name? I hate the word guaranteed. I just hate the way it looks. Just the word guaranteed. It's such a weird word. It's spelled strange. It looks weird. Oregon State lost their running back because he got arrested for marijuana possession. Yeah, it's not good looking good for Oregon State. Pop-Tarts Bowl, yeah. Apparently there's a giant edible Pop-Tart there. Can you believe Ole Miss made a New Year's 6 game? Yeah, it's surprising. I thought they would be lower. Yeah, I got some problems with my taxes. I'm gonna have to find someone that's good with taxes. I'm gonna have to basically do a tax write-off to get into a lower bracket. I think possibly. It depends. It's gonna be close. LA Rams had the worst logo ever. I actually think their new logo is decent. I think everyone hates new logos because they're not used to them. What did you say about my bin? Yeah, I think Bin Laden is off limits. It's not going to be able to be monetized, honestly, man. Uwe Lungile, yeah, I don't think Ohio State's going to go after him. Yeah, that is strange with marijuana. I mean, maybe he's 17. I don't know. What is my favorite Pop-Tart flavor? I think the brown sugars are good. That's kind of a common flavor, but the brown sugars. There was like a cookies and cream one. There's probably a bunch of different Pop-Tart flavors, honestly, man. What do you think of Atlanta? It's just a massive city. I mean, there's no really. I've been to the airport. It's a massive airport, you know. Yeah, that was a good video. The video game one, yeah. Yeah, the Commander's logo's horrible. I agree. I'll just pay you 3,100 for the video. What video? SMU got screwed. Yeah, they got a bad draw for sure. Cinnamon. Yeah, Cinnamon's a good favor. You don't hook up your recording to your screen. You do it to your Xbox. Yeah, I got to figure out how to do it, man. I got to record gameplay. You have the brown sugar flavor? Yeah, brown sugar is a solid flavor. One website I was looking at making your bracketology is team ranking bracketology projection. Yeah, because BYU is like 7-0, right? Yeah, because they're ranked. It kind of makes sense, but yeah, it is weird. BYU as a 1 seed. Brigham Young. Who would have thought? Yeah, dude, anything sugar cookie flavored is good. I agree. I got to make another video like that, Anthony, on that. Those videos do well. Like rare photos of the towers. Those videos do well. And I only make them like 9 minutes, you know, so it's easy to make. Those are some of the easiest videos to make. I'm just explaining what's in the photo, you know. I don't really have to do much. Start a gaming channel. That seems like a time blow, you know. You need to make a video of being on a date as a vlog. Dude, I can't think of something more cringy than that, man. You know? How does BYU not get into a bowl? What did they finish? 5-7? That's probably why. Yeah, I'll be doing more 9/11 stuff. But, I mean, at some point, it's like there's only so much you can do, you know? I got a few more video ideas, you know? I mean, you could just keep doing stuff, I guess, but... Yeah, I sometimes I make them 9/11. It started off as an accident. One video just ended 9/11, and I started doing it on purpose. I think people appreciate it. It's a funny little, you know what that's called? It's called an Easter egg when you do something like that. Yeah, he's okay for the Liberty QB. You know, he hasn't faced anyone good. That's the problem. Could I make a video explaining mathematical formulas used to represent... Yeah, that's a little above my pay grade. What bowl game is Arkansas State in? Is Arkansas State in a bowl game? Or what did they go, 6-6? Probably a shitty bowl game if they're in one. I mean, Texas State is in a bowl. Yeah, they're in a pick'em game with Northern Illinois. Flip a coin, man. Flip a coin. You make money on people's super chats. Yeah, I mean, the problem is they do take a large percentage of that. They take like 45% of it. I think it's ridiculous. Thoughts on Flight Reacts? Low budget content. Closest FBS schedule is Akron. Closest FBS school is Akron, 40 minutes away, and then Michigan, Bama. I'm not even going to say mine, but closest. SMU used to be a powerhouse in college football before the death penalty. Yes, sir. Yeah, I did make a Chernobyl video. You know, that German robot, the Joker that they brought in, that's interesting. It's too bad it didn't work. Make a Fortnite, dude. I'm not making Fortnite videos, man. Come on now. Thoughts on Zach Wilson? I mean, Zach Wilson's just bad in general, dude. Sure, their other quarterbacks are bad too, but that doesn't mean Zach Wilson's not bad. Of course, he's the problem. He's not good. If your quarterback's not good, you know it's Oregon State versus Notre Dame. Who you got? I got Notre Dame because I'm guessing Sam Hartman's gonna go try hard. And Oregon State's missing their quarterback and their coach. The other towers, I think they're crap. I did a video on them. They're with the Sky Bridge. I hate that look. It's a bad design. Ohio State better get Spencer Petras. Yeah, that's a great water boy. Do you think Duke is overrated in basketball? I mean, dude, Duke, it seems like they do the same thing every year. They start off really bad. I don't know, man. Duke's a weird team with basketball. They returned a bunch. They returned that Kyle Flipowski or whatever. Let me actually just see some of these games. Oh, there is no NFL games. Maybe they've got all the games. Oh, please tell me. Please tell me. They still don't have the games. Oh. Who do you have winning? Maryland versus Auburn. I like Maryland personally, man. It's an interesting matchup. I think Vanderbilt Stadium should be done. Let's hope. At least one end zone will be done by next year, yeah. Maybe the other one might not. I think it's a 2-year build. Make a GTA 6 review. Yeah, I mean, when is that coming out? Probably not till next year. The Browns falling out of playoffs. Well, they don't have a quarterback. Army, Navy, good game. I mean, it's low scoring, and yeah, it should be a close game. I don't know if it's a good game. Baylor football, it's tough, man. Josh Giddey, well, that's an unfortunate situation. With I'm not gonna say anything. GTA 6 trailer comes out Tuesday. Oh my god, dude. How many people are going to be, how many videos reacting to that are there going to be? 5 million? All right, Turtle, I'll see you, man. I appreciate it. Dude, I can never finish those simulations. It's always tough for me to try and finish those simulations. It depends if the first video does well, man. Thoughts on NBA in-season courts? Obnoxious. Which teams do you think are going to take a step back next year in college football? Washington is one. I'll do a video on it, though, but Washington, I would say, is the one that sticks out to me. Possibly FSU, honestly. I mean, FSU going 13-0, although they are in the ACC. And I'm sure they're going to pay someone. Maybe it's DJ Uiagalelei. We'll see. Thoughts on the U.S. Bank Tower in L.A.? I don't really have an opinion on it. What are some of your favorite sports talk guys? I don't know, man. That's nonsense to me. I don't watch any of it. I can't watch any of it. I just make videos. The last therapy video took, yeah, it's a strange story. Georgia is out. Yeah, it's very hard to three-peat. But, I mean, Georgia, honestly, is one of the 4 best teams, but it is what it is. Can you make NFL playoff predictions after Week 13? I don't know, man. Should Alabama be minus 15? No. No. Do you think Mac Brown retires next year? Yeah, Mac Brown is very old, man. He's very old. I think podcasts are a time drain. I don't think it would do well. Podcasts are very hard to get going, in terms of investing time into it for very little return. Liberty is going to beat Oregon. That would be crazy. All right, guys, I got to finish formatting this stuff. I got to finish formatting all of my predictions and stuff. Clemson did end the season. Yeah, I mean, I thought Clemson was going to be better this year because they got it was the second year of Klubnik. Is Oklahoma minus 2.5? It's a good game, man. I mean, Oklahoma's got great value minus 2.5. I don't know who I'll pick for it. I mean, I'll have to make my prediction tomorrow. I don't know. I might lean Arizona. Oklahoma needs to win that game though for their momentum. Yeah, all the predictions will come out. Dude, you know who I am. I'll have all the predictions out tomorrow. And then it'll be it'll be some bets. And then, I'll be able to milk it a little bit for probably 2 weeks. And then it'll kind of just get overused. That's kind of what happens with bowl games. You talk about them for so long and then they get overused. But certainly next week and the week after, it'll probably be... I'm not sure how I want to format it. Because it's multiple weeks. So I'm wondering... I might just release them all tomorrow. Because realistically, it would be better for me to release some tomorrow, some next Monday, some the Monday after that. But I'm always someone that's I've always wanted to get my predictions out before everyone else because I don't want people to say you copied someone. I guess it doesn't matter. Clemson is going to have a redemption arc for next season. It's possible, man. When is the next live? I have no clue, man. Probably during the weekend. I don't like going live during the week. I just like making videos. It's better for making money. It's just better to make videos than do lives. But during the weekends, I guess it's all right, man. I mean, you know, if I went live more, I'm guessing I could slowly build a few hundred people, you know, to watch it. Just pretty much anything, but... Do you watch Lady Ballers? No, I don't. We can just do one check and see. I actually want to see some scores really quickly. Just see a score. I mean, that's a blowout win, man. Yeah, what a boring game. Wow, 36-19. Whoa. I wonder what Puka Nacua ended up with. Oh, he only ended up with 405 yards. I'm surprised he scored 36 points with that output. Elijah Moore with a decent game. Oh, yes. The Panthers end up covering that spread. That's very nice. That's very nice. I think DJ Uyunglele is, but it depends what team he goes to. You know, you're looking at like LSU, Oregon. I don't see Ohio State. I think, you know. No way. If I'm I would not go to Maryland. There's no way I'm going to Maryland if I'm him. I hope you know how entertaining you are. I'm binge watching your old vlogs in 2021 bracketology. Huh. Yeah, you know. I used to go pretty crazy with the bracketology. Yeah, bracketology is good for new channels. You know, if you're a new channel, you know, cover college basketball, build a small fan base throughout the winter, and then you just blow up during bracketology. Any new channel can do that. It's one of the rare things where it's like, it's very hard with YouTube with unique viewers to get unique viewers, but college basketball, right now it would be very hard for a new YouTuber to do college basketball, but if they really stuck to it, you know, but then again, it's all, you know, it takes so long to actually grow a channel. Unless you get insanely lucky. LSU does not want that dude. Who does LSU want? Dante Moore? I know. I think Cam Ward could go to Ohio State. I heard they offered him money. I don't know how true that is. Yeah, I think J.J. McCarthy. I mean, dude, I don't know. J.J. McCarthy, his height scares me, man. He's small. He's a pipsqueak. I am not a Roblox gamer, you know, but there's some interesting stuff on Roblox for sure. The Twin Towers, they got a lot of realistic stuff on there. It's very interesting. Michigan still does not feel like a one seed. I understand what you're saying. I mean, if Georgia would have won, they would not have been a one seed, but why does FedEx Field look like a cookie cutter? Well, it was designed, you know, in the 90s. It was designed horribly wrong. It was way too big. The seating was ridiculous. The capacity was ridiculous. The upper deck going around the entire stadium. You don't think Cam Ward... I mean, what is OSU's system, though? I mean, I feel like OSU should adapt to allowing a running quarterback nowadays. I mean, you see how limited McCord is. DJ Uyunglele to Oklahoma. No, Oklahoma has Jackson Arnold, who's a 5-star. I think they're going to try and go with him. OSU should get Deacon Hill. Yeah, he was trolling, man. Listen. Maybe he's onto something. Deacon Hill as an offensive tackle. Maybe Deacon Hill, and that's a big boy playing quarterback. Falcons winning it all. That seems rather unlikely. DJ to Michigan. There's no way, man. There's no way anyone's transferring to Michigan right now. There's no, like, why would you risk that if they get bowl banned? I guess technically it doesn't matter if you're just trying to go to the draft. A bowl game doesn't really matter. But I don't think anyone is risking going to Michigan right now. Yeah, you're right. Deacon Hill might be a secret weapon to bring in on QB sneaks. He's a missile. He's a big boy that can tumble. I think maybe bring him in. Is he worth a scholarship, though? I mean, normally my streams are about this long. Sometimes they're 2 hours, 3 hours, you know. I really should end this. I gotta freaking format stuff and things, you know. Kirk Cousins to the Steelers. Yeah, I think Kirk is he's gonna leave Minnesota at some point, you would think. He's got about maybe a year or two left. He had a pretty severe injury. You think Caleb will? I don't know if they'll have the number one pick. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. That does surprise me that J.J. McCarthy is 6'3". Dude, I'd honestly I'd be very surprised. I think Michigan's lying. I think he's probably about 6'1.5". He looks small to me. Normally, you can tell if someone is 6'3". Then again, I mean, some dude thought Jaden Daniels was like 5'8", and I didn't think he was 5'8", but I thought Jaden Daniels was small, and it turned out he was 6'4". Now, he's really not 6'4" because colleges lie, but he's still like probably 6'2". Will McCord be gone? I think McCord's probably gone within the month. Things are progressing with McCord. They're basically telling him to get out, sadly. Would you ever make... No, I don't know, honestly, what's going on with McCord, but I'd be very surprised, man. It just seems kind of like a charade. Like, obviously, McCord is not good enough. He's not terrible, but if you want to win a national title, you got to move on. I don't know. I might do... Maybe I'll do a video sometime ranking Premier League stadiums. I know there's some pretty crazy ones. I saw one of the stadiums got such a crazy exterior renovation. It looks remarkable. Looks like an NFL super stadium. Will you be watching Sunday Night Football? Yeah, I mean, hopefully it snows, man. I'd be very happy if it snowed during the game. I'd watch a little of it if it snows. I don't know. Sunday Night Football is just so... There's something that was always so depressing about Sunday Night Football. I think it's like... There's something depressing about Sunday night in general, you know? It's just a bad time. Do you think Maryland regresses next year or improves since they don't have to play Ohio State or Michigan? They need a new quarterback. It's going to be an issue. So we'll see who they get, whether it's the transfer portal. They'll probably try and spend big money on someone. But I don't think they're going to be that better. It's not like they recruit well enough. Do you think there will be a time where 95% of NFL teams... I don't know if it'll ever get to that. It'll be a while. It'll be like 70%, 75% have domes, I think. I don't think it'll ever get to 95, you know. Like the Browns will end up getting a dome. Pittsburgh is iffy, but probably their next stadium will be a dome. Green Bay is probably always going to be outdoor. Need to knock down the upper deck. Who are you talking about? You could say that about a lot of stadiums. Thoughts on OSU Missouri? You're a diehard Bucks fan. Oh, I think it's a fun matchup. I think Ohio State should be fine. It'll be a good... You know, Missouri will come in with energy. It's the first New Year's Six game. It's at night, you know. I'm not a big fan of it being at AT&T Stadium. It never seems like AT&T Stadium has any juice for college football, in my opinion. I'd rather it be at Hard Rock. But, you know, Missouri's a fun little team. I think Ohio State will be fine, though. I wonder if Ohio State will go with, you know, maybe Devin Brown or Keen Holtz, the third stringer. Or maybe they'll just stick with McCord and get the win. I don't know. Buffalo should keep an open... Yeah, they are. They're building an open stadium. Buffalo is going to be outdoors for at least the next 30 or 40 years. But they do have an overhang. Yeah, I mean, outdoor stadiums are just, I mean, we love outdoor stadiums because we're not going to the games, but obviously people that go to the games are pissed off about outdoor stadiums and sitting in 20-degree weather. Indoor stadiums are just, there's something so boring about them. That's the problem. But you can make a good indoor stadium now. They're trying to do it. They're making them with translucent roofs. They're doing nice exterior designs, you know. Packers are planning a Fenway Park replica. What does that even mean? The Packers are in, I mean, how are they going to build a Fenway Park NFL version? Nah, I'm not really into NASCAR personally. Yeah, there it is, 35 degrees. Oh, it doesn't look like it's gonna snow. See, that's the other thing that's bad with NFL, man. It always seems like there's just, like with college football, you'll get snow games. Seems like with NFL, it's always just dystopian rain, just crap 35-degree rain, just shit. Now I know the NFL has snow games too, but who won between Packers and Bucks? Bucks won, Packers covered. Or, excuse me, Bucks won, Panthers covered. Bucks won by like 3 points, so the Panthers covered whatever it was, like a 5-point spread. Yeah, you're right. Denver's going to be one that gets one. You can already feel Denver's going to get one. They just got too big of a city. They can't help themselves. Yeah, Progressive Field is getting a renovation. You've been to MetLife 10 times? Yeah. Build West Side Stadium, man. That's an interesting design. Some fan bases don't mind being outside. Yeah. But I think some of them are getting tired of it. The Browns fan base is getting tired of it. I know that. You think Ball State is good? I don't think Ball State's in a bowl. I mean, I don't know. They're just a MAC team. What happens if Fenway gets destroyed by a tornado? They would certainly rebuild it. Yeah. And they'd probably rebuild it better, you know. But obviously they'll say, no, we can't. It's sacred, you know. NFL snow just seems better. Dude, NFL has so many just shit rain games, I feel like. Did you see that game in Landover today? At FedEx Field? Just a shit rain game. Broncos' new Walmart-funded airport stadium is going to be huge. Is it funded by Walmart? Airport stadium. I'd love to see a rendering for an airport stadium. There are no more Riverfront stadiums or Cleveland Municipal left in football. Yeah, I mean, the Browns is right next to the lake. You think college football should discontinue bowl games since they are introduced? No. No, they should keep bowl games, obviously. Yeah, I did do a video. You just got to search my name and then just search. I think I've done a few videos on the Jets stadium situation. They could get out of that lease every 5 years if they wanted to. But, I mean, I don't think they're going to get out of it anytime soon. Browns and indoor. Yeah, it would be weird. It would completely change the team complexity, the Browns. They would become like a soft team. I mean, look at Minnesota, for example. You know, they play in such a crazy climate, but it just doesn't matter because all their games are indoors. The Atlanta game sucked. Yeah, dude, that's that East Rutherford crap, dude. Just horrible weather. Just 40-degree rain. I would probably cut Ewers. I would start Williams, bench May. That's how I would do it. All right, guys, I'm going to log off. Yeah, I saw that game. I like when games get delayed. I don't know why. It was weird to see that game still going on at like 5:30.